It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
Is this his idea of demonstrating might? Hell of a way to do it.
Fortunately, the Providence is not equipped with exterior weaponry. If you can reach the ship, you should find no obstacles to boarding it. This unit urges moving quickly. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent destruction of the colony. While Auntie's Choice have sent their forces to assist you in intercepting the modulator, it will take time for them to navigate the station. It seems Agent DeVries is also here, Commander. She sent word that she, quote, knew you wouldn't be able to stay away either and is ready to finish what she started, end quote.
My business with the Consul is deeply personal, and I have made my distrust for DeVries known. I must be brought along, to judge the former, and reserve judgment for the latter.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
This place is a nightmare beyond the most fevered delusion. And those soldiers, they do not look right.
That must be the Providence. Were it in other hands, I can imagine the real good it could do.
To battle!
The rift really rung them up good, didn't it?
Let us hope that whatever architect forsaken logic operates within this place does not fail us.
Attention! This is your Auntie calling. Per our agreement, Auntie's Choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way.
But I find here most like drunk. We're clear.
This is Augustine DeVries, formerly of the Earth Directorate.
Contact lost!
Consider this a recording for posterity. The Consul of the Protectorate is responsible for the twisted wreckage of this station.
To battle!
It is my hope that whatever you find here will save the rest of the galaxy from this fate. Know that I did my level best to stop him.
Disruptive influences!
You are listening. I have failed in my mission. Let it
What's
go.
that?
I am primed to punish!
Raft's raring to go.
Medicaments and merchandise, courtesy of Auntie's Choice, are on their way.
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Vault, confirm your target, trooper. Allies incoming.
Raft's raring to go.
Gun ready. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Down a business! Relocate.
Gun ready. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Why did you make me do this? Why?
By the architect. Is there another sane person in this horrible place? They sound distressed. We must rescue them.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Agent Pascal, calm yourself. You are not in your right mind.
Don't you talk to me like you know me. Wait. Commander? Is that you? No. No, this must be some kind of trick. Oh, what's happening to me? My skin, it's burning. I feel dizzy. Not right at all. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Oh, I had to kill them.
Then they weren't too dissimilar from the troopers we encountered outside. This is concerning.
How do I know you won't turn against me as well? How do I know you won't come at me with murder in your eyes?
I'd follow the commander into battle anytime, anywhere. Believe me when I say that ain't the case for no one else.
You do seem like yourself, Commander. Can you tell me what's happening? I can't make much sense of things myself. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
That explains it. She was left alive, just long enough for the rift to take her. That's why the reconstitution worked on her. To some extent.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? Don't tell me the situation got too fluid for you, DeVries. That it?
Certainly not. I was focused on the objective, as every one of your crew should have been. Isn't that right, Commander?
Yeah. Something tells me that ain't quite true. A rift. That's right. We were here to investigate rifts. So why is there one in the sky? Why is everything destroyed? What's happening to me? And Sandoval? Jepson?
The Protectorate are attempting to reconstitute the station to how it was moments before destruction. That includes you. But it's failing. I'm sorry.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? You can help me though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this. Boyd. This is it, ain't it? I'll never see the sun again. Never fly in our ship. Never anything. Makes two of us. But maybe you could do me one final favor. End this for me? I don't think I can do it myself. Please. I'm sure.
Pascal? Helen? If I may, I'd like to see to your proper burial as an Earth Directorate agent. If you wish for it.
That'd be nice. Being seen off, right? This is the final kindness you'll do for me, Commander.
It's a hard thing, but mercy was the only real option here. You did right by her. I hope you know that.
Supplies available ahead, Commander. Consider it payment for your support.
You with Auntie? We brought supplies. We're here to help. Step up and take a gander. I've got armor in all shapes and sizes for all occasions, especially this one. Such a moment calls for a once-in-a-lifetime deal, wouldn't you say? Remember us in the future. Oh, almost forgot.
Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander.
scientist Bernard Rand sent to Horizon Point.
That ain't a normal rift. Normal as they can be, anyhow. Is that plasma in its orbit?
If we gallivant about, we might find a solution to this problem. Or at least a path.
Can't hear orders.
Prosecuting!
Back in business. This is the Sovereign's office, ain't it?
We operate by the Sovereign's grace. Our accomplishments are his own. If he wished to take credit for a punishment I meted out, I would be delighted.
Don't look at me. Numbers ain't in my purview.
Oh, carry the 3, multiply by 12 over 17. Nope. This formula is utterly beyond me.
That looks to be the equation. Ain't no way that man came up with it himself.
Let us return to the Rift Terminal so we might continue on our way.
Great. Now we can get through the chamber. And we won't expire immediately like our friend here.
Take a look at these readings. This isn't congruent with our observations in the laboratory. Our projections are off by orders of magnitude.
Who's that?
We cannot dally. If we do not take that rover to the Providence, Arcadia may be consumed by these rifts. The system! Prosecuting viscerally! No alarms? Hail of gunfire? We seem to have entered undetected. We best unseal the hangar and continue our course.
Attention, crew deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
Strange bedfellows indeed. You guessed that.
Helplessly, without complaint or groan.
contractor. Join me. We have important business to discuss. Come, quickly now. Well, glad you finally jimmied that open. Things are getting appreciably worse out there. We're running out of time to seize the rift and force it into corporeal insolvency. Deck access is in limited lockdown. You'll need to find a way up to the science wing, where the rift modulator is presumably housed. Any more troops in here, they'd be tripping over one another. Don't you worry. These are the best paid closers in my fleet, and worth every bit. We'll hold here to ensure you aren't flanked by reinforcements as you delve deeper in. Don't fritter away your lives cheaply now. I've made a significant investment in you.
Acknowledges that the concept of pay may be strange and alarming.
What's going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert. Acknowledged. This intercom is to be used for emergencies only. Misuse of this intercom will result in prompt arrest and correction of the perpetrator. Now, how can I assist you, Deck 01? Again? I shall send her down right away. But this is becoming a daily occurrence, and I will see such slothfulness reflected on her record. Sick in the head more, but I...
Please, let me get release from this life. All right, Winnie. You can do this. Just tell the doctor that...
Was that necessary, Commander? You saw her. She didn't even want to be here.
going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert. Acknowledged. This intercom is to be used for emergencies only. Misuse of this intercom will result in prompt arrest and correction of the perpetrator. Now, how can I assist you, Deck 01? How many times must... If you misplaced your access card, Sovereign... Trying my matriarch-given patience again. I shall send her down right away. But this is becoming a daily occurrence. Sick in the head, more like. I wouldn't be but
All right, Winnie. You can do this. Just tell the doctor that you need to be sent to mental refreshment, then you'll be out of this place. Has everyone dropped of exhaustion? No. Maybe some sort of drill. Or someone slipped oxymorphone into the Borslow again. If only that were me. So, sorry, I have an appointment to keep. Please, let me get release from this life. I'm here for my treatment, doctor, but there's another pain that I can't take anymore in my mind. My fortitude and focus are weak. I fear my mental health may be slipping.
Processing mention of mental health. Error. Query not found. Please produce your knees for anti-lock knee injection.
You know, it's against code to impede me from seeking...
Please keep any and all fluids leaking from your body from staining. How might this unit bolster or reduce your current blood volume? Doctor-patient confidentiality. Analyzing argument. Complete. Argument accepted. Deleting Scientist Winifred Wu is currently suffering from locked knee. Subject must receive regular injections of saline solution or will experience leg paralysis and must be carried to sickbay. Unit has been assured this is most embarrassing.
Please, let me get release from this life.
I know we must save Arcadia at all costs, but killing an unarmed scientist in cold blood? Surely it was better than this. Good that we went through the rigmarole of acquiring that scientist's credentials.
If security's this tight, The modulator must be close by. I'm mighty curious about what these scientists were up to.
Look at the size of the rift modulator. Seems we shan't be using it. Not without commandeer.
I heard an alarm on the crew deck. Considering your manner of being, you wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Those credentials do appear legitimate. Welcome, I suppose. I hope you're not expecting a grand tour. What exactly was it that you needed? I'm rather short on time, as, yeah, well, we all have urgent needs. And mine is to keep my lab and hopefully the rest of this system from falling apart. The IRC. I did not realize you were a cop. Raw data from further, which is distressing. Yes, but as I said, I fear the report won't do any good. It's clear you aren't bound. Here, I hope you're able to sway him. Because if you don't, we're all dead. That is hardly...
Science deck. Authorized visitor aboard. Do not be alarmed.
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity has not yielded any of its secrets. And we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
The rifts have spawned through our unknown reaches? This is more dire than I surmised. But at least we have the means to combat them now. Our work here is not done. We must confront the Consul before anything can come to fruition regarding these schematics or the rift modulator.
Attention! Due to the sensitive information housed on this deck, all subjects are required to keep access credentials on their person at all times.
you, here before me. Surprised you could outrun these new legs of mine. They're what everyone's going to be wearing next fall. Well, I'm here now. Where's the rift modulator? So Consul Thoreau has everything directly under his control. I'd say that's remarkably competent for the Protectorate, but he is the one who's been pulling their strings all along. Did you find anything else of note? Appreciate your sand. You have exactly the sort of go-getter attitude I admire. Well, good news, go-getter. The Consul's right there through those doors, ready to go get him. You might be savvy enough to talk him down, but his type requires a deft touch. You'll need to break him down brick by brick. If you're too adversarial, he'll simply shut down. Certainly. The doubt you cultivate up front will make him more susceptible to what comes after. And in case you aren't quite as sharp as you appear, be ready to fight.
You may try to reason with the Consul, but I suspect it is a worthless effort. Traitors typically only realize their errors through force.
The more we debate, the more time we squander. We must resupply and shore up whatever defenses we have quickly. And if you've something to say to any of us, Commander, I suggest you say it while you have the chance. No telling what awaits us beyond that door. I'd say it's been an honor, but, well, suppose we both know better by now.
Hope the Consul's ready for the grand finale. His, not ours. But just in case things get a little frenzied in there, I wanted you to know that I appreciate all you done for me. For everyone in our little crew, really. Once we make it out of here, I'm gonna buy you the biggest tankard of zero-G you've ever seen. Ain't heartburn I'm feeling right now, is it? No, must be sentiment. I appreciate you too. Ought to get back to our preparations, Commander. We got a colony to save.
Never would I ever have believed Auntie Cleo herself would walk through that door. But I haven't time to linger in the novelty. Sentinels, if you would.
Do I appear like someone afraid of a few guns? Give it up, Emery. You've lost this war. Have some dignity. You're coming off desperate.
On the contrary, this desperate action is what will save all of Arcadia and rid it forever of trespassers like you. Do not place his decision at my feet. I know it's difficult for the likes of you to fathom the concept of self-sacrifice, but he chose mental refreshment for the good of us all. And what am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not? Such bravado is unbecoming when you can't make good on your promises, Commander. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
You used the peace talks as a test run for this.
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend. Very well. Once the rift destroys Arcadia, we shall edit the information stored within it and use the modulator to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended. Intrepid, aren't you? Well, what's relevant is what came after. Our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse, which eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect... It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
Beware, Commander. The Consul is a master manipulator. Trying to speak with him may be more dangerous than simply slaying him on the spot.
You're entirely out of your jurisdiction. And were I within reach, I would strike down this apostate dog myself. If you wish for me to entertain your argument, you will silence him.
Consul Emery Thoreau, I accuse you of perfidy of the highest degree. Traitorism against the Sovereign and his Protectorate. I find you guilty on all counts. Prepare for absolution.
You overeager fools. This is the last mistake you'll ever make.
You're
Unleash my might upon them!
Seems all my considerable efforts here have been ill spent. Total rift destabilization is imminent. Our last resort is our only resort now. We need to fly the rift modulator in.
No. Don't you tell me we came all this way for nothing.
Brighten up, everyone. Not all of us need go, but, someone present will need to take one for the team. I do appreciate the effort, dear, but it's clear we're in a bit of a tough spot. I'll use the schematics and the process rift data to mass-produce rift modulators that are usable at a safe distance. These pesky rifts will soon no longer plague the colonies.
The woe-bedamned circumstances that led us to this point. Is there not some other way we might solve our current predicament?
Well, now, I suppose this is goodbye, isn't it? I should say how I appreciate you helping me gain control of Arcadia, to promise you it will be a better place for all, and avoid tearing up about how this all fell to you.
So much for any pretext of honor. It would appear the responsibility of saving Arcadia falls to us.
No need to belabor this. I will fly the ship. Back on Greater Tranquility, you wish to give me a chance to atone for my mistakes. I'd say that opportunity has come.
If this is not some jest, then I misjudged you, De Vries. Being willing to make up for past misdeeds takes true iron.
Magnanimous. But it's not for my legacy that I'm doing this. Now go.
So, in the end, Augustine de Vries chose to die to atone for her actions. And yet, even that hope faded in her final moments, as she realized nothing would make up for what she had done. But at least she'd not have to live with her guilt any longer. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash, Paradise Island's Fairfield remained a profitable company town for Auntie's Choice. Acquisitions Officer Carr enjoyed the perks and power that came with promotion for her asset-winning techniques on Paradise Island. Her rival, D.B. Milverstreet, meanwhile, seethed as he pushed cold morsels of borschtloaf around the plate of his microwave dinner. Auntie's Choice seized the opportunity to take over running Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy, while adapting punch card production to churning out cheap wares. All Order academics were assigned to write advertising copy. The Matriarch statue, meanwhile, was remodeled in Auntie's likeness. The abbot was made VP of Facilities Sanitation, a position he embraced with surprising gusto, and by all rights appears happier than ever. After joining Auntie's Choice out of sheer necessity for survival, Seer Wiley was demoted to a subordinate position below the abbot, a demotion he viewed as a humiliating punishment akin to career purgatory. Archivist Victor Clemens, having survived his encounter with the commander and manipulation by De Vries, ended up working as a janitor for Auntie's Choice, living a life of menial simplicity. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. He recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not airing the Directorate's dirty laundry. Together, they vowed to reform the agency from within, so it might never again bargain with authoritarian governments. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General. His term saw the Earth Directorate at its most popular, or, in the eyes of corporations and tyrannical governments, most feared. Inez's convincing appeals to the press earned her clout in reforming Auntie's Choice's cruel grafting program. Yet it was a constant struggle, rife with red tape and pushback from program executives. This was Inez's new battle, one she would fight for the rest of her life. Utilizing what he learned alongside the commander, Tristan attempted to reform Protectorate society from within. But with no authority figure to lead its subjects, the Protectorate was a shell of its former self. After thoughtful cogitation and calculation, Marisol slowly began to reject violence as the sole method for eliminating random variables. Not coincidentally, her social calendar began filling up. After Azza disbanded the Glorious Dawn, its members quietly tried to resume lives forever disrupted by the Arcadian conflict. As the cult's murderous legacy faded, average colonist life expectancy increased by 0.23%. With exclusive rights to the modulator schematics needed to ensure safe skip drive travel, Auntie's Choice transformed Arcadia into one of the most profitable colonies in the galaxy. Deciding that free trade must be freed from the hands of others, Auntie Cleo signed a new initiative. Any corporation or government that refused her trade conditions was promptly dealt with, either via takeover or strategic use of rifts. Ruth Bassar's death cut short her dream of interfacing with the Archive. Although another presiding bishop was chosen from among the surviving laureates to replace her, they lacked her vision. In the face of the corporatist's growing influence, the Order withered and died. In recognition of outstanding customer service, the Earth Directorate commander was promoted from outsourced gun-for-hire to Auntie's right-hand VP, complete with a hull-side porthole suite in the head office tower. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's new leadership. Sovereign Varric was eventually discovered in mental refreshment. Auntie's Choice management propped him up as a puppet to ease Arcadians' reservations about the corporation, then secured him behind closed doors to live out his days in blissful mindlessness. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. Auntie's Choice treated closing the rifts like any other strategic initiative, demanding quid pro quo for each rift closure. Such cutthroat capitalism took its toll, and many colonies ended up dying off. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.